What's up guys, Dragon Royce here. So I recently got the Demoniacal Fit Fairy Awakening. So it comes with a brown box. This is the actual box. So this is the back and this is the front. Where's my figure? So I actually already took him out earlier, and it comes, so this is the figure here. It comes with an aura effect and it looks pretty nice. That's a really good addition. And then we have the main clear clamshell for the main figure. Okay, so he's supposed to be here. Already swapped the faces, and as you can see, there's this tiny piece here. I actually cut it from the belt here, so as you can see, because the original one, it's a lot thicker, because it seems like they used the Ultra Instinct legs, so it's using the same crotch, and they're supposed to have this sort of the SROE Goku belt size, so they made it thick. So originally that's thick, and you can see it from this picture and the back of the box. So let's try to focus there. So you can see here, it's very thick. So comparing it to my actual figure here, it's now almost hidden. So what I did is, so you will need these tools in this picture. So it's a Gunpla cutter or model kit cutter, and then some sanding materials. So I started from 400 grit to smoothen it up to 1.5, and then so once you cut it out, it's gonna look like this. So since it's using the Ultra Instinct crotch, it will be a little bit floaty, but it will look better compared to. So I didn't glue it yet because I might paint this, but you can glue this back if you want. But if you're like me, that I actually glued it already before, so I just removed it before it fully dries off, because I think I want to paint it into some sort of paint. So because I might get a second copy if I sold some figures and make this one painted and the other unpainted. So this is actually it has some sort of weight, so I'm gonna show my Ultra Instinct Goku. So this is my Ultra Instinct Goku, and it's a bit more satin or a little bit glossy finish. I think it's satin finish, and then this one is more matte or flat finish, and the blue here is darker. This furry blue is a little bit lighter, and the belt are almost similar in color. However, it doesn't perfectly match with the actual belt size. So as you can see, this is the actual thickness of the original belt before I cut it up. So it's gonna be looking like that with dangling part of the belt. So if you cut it off, it's gonna be this thin. So that's how it's gonna look. So looking at the paint, this one is painted a little bit lighter, especially here. This one is the standard Ultra Instinct paint. The blue has a little bit difference, but it's barely noticeable, so that's not the most prominent difference. So the difference will be primarily just the tone of the orange and lighter shade of blue or finish, and of course for the Saiyan Namek Saga it should be yellow. So the Dragon Ball Super is red, so he's sporting the red. Then mostly half of Dragon Ball Z is the yellow before Cell Saga. And then the skin tone, so this one's a little bit brownish, this one is a little bit yellow, so I think that's the only difference. And mine has, if you check the ab area of the Ultra Instinct, it doesn't have any mark except for some dirt here. I think that's the blue tap. For the furry, there's a marking of the upper gi here, because if I inspect it further, you will see this Ultra Instinct has a very thin upper torso, while the furry has a thicker. So Demoniacal fit made it thicker, so that's why it's probably showing some marks here. So it has already this mark before I post the figure, so that's factory, and that's the other difference. Overall, this figure weighs just like an SHF could weight, because the Tenacious Martialist was a little bit lighter, so this one is comparable to how if you are gonna be holding an SH Figuarts like this. So this one is, so they bumped up the quality of their material. So I already noticed that quality in hand the first time I took out the figure, the Fairy Awakening figure. So let's focus on this figure and remove this, put this away. So this is actually the event exclusive Ultra Instinct sign that is in my Grail collection. So this is the figure itself. So it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4. So total of 4 heads, and that's really generous of Demoniacal fit. We have 4 face plates and standard hands, just no instant transmission hands because this is pre-instant transmission, so it's Namek Saga. It's like there's no point putting this hand like that. So it's just the standard martial arts hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and of course the remainder of the extra part that I cut off. You have 2 standard yellow and then 2 glossy ones. I think the sculpt are the same, so the same sculpt, just glossy translucent, so they're the same. The articulation are the same as usual for all SH Figuarts, but it feels really higher quality compared to the previous releases of Demoniacal fit, especially the ones that has popping kneecaps. So this one is more steady, and also previously they have a low quality Golden Storm Goku. I have actually a few copies, but one copy, suddenly I noticed there's a crack on the, and eventually broke off on the knee joint, but I replaced it already with an SH Figuarts knee joint. This will be my favorite head, but this also looks really good, especially if we put this standard face, or not standard, this one's the standard, so he's angry. The details are really good, and this one looks really perfect. Let's try to focus the camera. Look how good that is, and the paint is well applied. However, there's no paint at the back, so the paint sort of like just went on the front of the head, but that's fine, I guess. I can paint it by myself anyway. So it's this is I think the best looking Super Saiyan head of Demoniacal fit. This one as well, dynamic head, So at first I didn't like it in the photos, but I think it instantly became my favorite after I unboxed this figure. It looks really good, so he's in serious mode. And this one is a bit cocky here. So let's try out the other faces. So excuse my band-aid here because I cut this finger yesterday. Lots of blood came out of it. Wow, it looks really nice. I like how it's parted in the middle because it shows Goku's face a lot more, and especially the features and the paint apps. So it looks really nice. So this is the third faceplate. So wait, 1, 2, 3, and the last faceplate. So I love how they put the details on the faces, the blood. Wow, the details are on point. So I'm glad that we're getting this kind of treatment with this release. This is probably gonna be the last release using this body. So if you have a chance to get this, get it now. Especially this sort of body gets really expensive after a couple of years or months. So I'm gonna get another copy, hopefully some sale. So those are the face plates, and it looks really good. So let's try with the translucent. How does it look? Because the faceplate is painted more yellow, the standard yellow, and then this is translucent. So I'm not sure if it's gonna fit, but it looks like it still looks good. So I'm not really a fan of this kind of hair paint, but I'm probably gonna paint this into the pale yellow, sunbeam yellow. Yeah, I think that's the best term for that. This one does not fit this. Maybe. Oh, so this wavy hair has some sort of problem. It's not really that, as you can see, it's just the outside of the head, so it doesn't fit inside, but we can just lock it in with the front hairpiece. Still looks good. Yeah. So I think it will be up to you if you're gonna use. See, it's just outside. It's just floating outside. So it's gonna be up to you if you're gonna use this head, but the winner for me is the standard solid. But maybe it still looks nice, but I'm not sure if I like it more than this. So this one, so it goes in to this headpiece for the translucent, and then it's not going in with the translucent version, wavy translucent. So this one is the standard hairs. For the wavy translucent one, it's not going in, but you can lock it in with the front piece. Maybe it's just my copy. So let me know, if you have the same issue with your copy, but it's not really an issue because you can still lock it in with the front piece. And also let me know, because I've seen a Bilibili reviewer that also has this mark, so let me know if you also have this mark, but it's not really noticeable if you push it in like that. Yeah, still looks nice, and this is still a must buy for you. So what I only have struggled with is the putting this head on. So you just need to heat up the hole a little bit. I think it applies to all of them because it's using an old hair material. So just heat it up with hot water or hair blow dryer, and it should go in really nice. So for the belt, for cutting the belt, just use a model kit scissor cutter, then polish the edges with some sanding tools. I initially removed this front piece, but you actually don't need to remove it. You just twist it away from the bottom part so you can cut it off without damaging this. But it's easy to put back, so you just need to heat the hole up with some blow dryer or hot water. So as the usual thing, I think I'm only thrown off a very little bit only by this flesh showing here. Yeah, I think it should be blue. So let me check my Ultra Instinct. Okay, so this is again the Ultra Instinct. Oh yeah, it's the same. So I think that's the only improvement for this. So maybe I can just paint it blue. But because if you pose him like this, it will show. So if you push him up like that, yeah, it doesn't look bad. But sometimes you want his hand really low, so it's gonna show like that. Yeah. But overall, this figure is really nice. Maybe if not for the belt, if not for the really huge belt, the thickness was really huge like this, and then this one was just in the hole at the top of this. I'm gonna give this a 10, but I'm just gonna give it a 9 since that's the issue for me. For this one doesn't really bother me, but let me know if you have this issue. So I'm gonna give this figure a 9, and hopefully that's gonna help you decide if you're gonna get this. But for the articulation, I'm not gonna go over that since this is a usual 2.0 body, so you can just watch my older videos here. So that's it for this figure. Dragon Roy signing out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.